the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12. Now we have learned that all these sages and saints are giving all their blessings to the child. Now these sages and saints are also talking to the people around over there. Remember, Yudhistir is also there, Pandavas are there, the wife, everybody is over there, and they are getting the blessings and all. So now today we are going to understand what happens once these people are getting these blessings, and what exactly are you going to do. So let us see. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12, verse 28. After inquiring about proper self-knowledge from the son of Vyasadeva, who was a great philosopher, he will renounce all material attachment and achieve a life of fearlessness. Now, what happens in the beginning of this book, in the beginning of this whole thing, was that Sukadev has come over there where they are performing yagna. That means the Parikshit is performing yagna after putting that snake around the, that Rishi Muni, and he gets cursed by the son of that Rishi Muni, and after that he has supposed to die in a few days. So he is sitting over there performing the yagna, and Vyasadev's son, whose name is Sukadev, he is sitting in front of him and giving him the stories of the Lord. Now, here we are taking a leap backwards. This is called a flashback, like they do a flashback. So imagine this is a flashback. The child is just born over there. His naming ceremony or something has to be done. All the Rishi Munis have gathered over there. All the great sages and the saints have gathered over there. They are blessing the child. And the most important blessing that they are giving is that this person, this small baby who is there, Parikshit, is going to reach the state of realization, emancipation. He will be liberated in this life itself. It's one of the greatest joys of mankind. See, human beings in our normal world don't understand what is the meaning of this word liberation. The reason why we don't understand what is liberation is we think liberation means taking one flag outside and showing it over there and liberating some country and all that. Very soon the country is going to be run over by somebody else also. Please understand, that is not called liberation. India got liberated, okay, from the British is what we know. Today we have an idea that when we are celebrating, 15th August and all those kind of things, we got independence. A kind of a liberation happened, but that is not called liberation. Liberation in spirituality means there will be no rebirths. See, the Hindu philosophy, that is our Sanatana Dharma, also teaches us that we have something which is called rebirth. It is not there in other religions. See, they are right from their perspective, we are right from our perspective. The reason why they are right from their perspective is they are looking at one life in isolation. That means they have one body, they are looking at one life in isolation. So that body is anyway not going to come back. Everybody knows that. Once the body is buried or burnt away, how is it going to come back? Not possible. But the spirit soul that is there, which we call as the Jeev Atma, it has to come back. It has to take a new body. There is a whole cycle of karma that has to be wiped out, because we have a lot of sanchit karma. Sanchit means accumulated karma, and this accumulated karma needs to be wiped out. But it doesn't get wiped out in one lifetime, because you might have lived at least million lifetimes, and that million lifetimes karma is huge. All that, how can it get wiped out in one lifetime? So what you got to do is you have to come with what is called as the prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma is a small portion of the big. And then you come here and then you try to dissipate it. When you try to dissipate it, it is not going to happen like that. Because when you are trying to dissipate one karma, 100 other karmas are getting performed. See, the one karma would be like, you have to get married to somebody, XYZ. Now tell me something, when you get married to some person, do you think your life is going to be smooth and hunky-dory and everything is going sweet and all that? No, nothing like that. There are going to be fights, there are going to be arguments, there are going to be everything in the world. Sometimes it's going to be really miserable, sometimes it might be happy also. Both these cases, whether it is happy or whether it is miserable, you still are going to accumulate more karma. Do you understand? So this more karma is called agami. Agami means futuristic. Now futuristic is also called kriyaman karma. This kriyaman karma gets accumulated. And please remember this, the kriyaman karma cannot be minused off in this life. Simply because that instance doesn't come back again. Giving you one example, if you are supposed to kill somebody, you kill that person, now it is supposed to be returned back to you. How is he going to return back? Because that man is already dead and gone. Correct? So how is there a return? There is no return possible. When people say there is instant karma, there is nothing called instant karma in this world. Okay, that is also a part of the karmic debt only. So we have to understand what is karma. Karma is a very big story. I don't want to get into it just now. So here, let us try to understand what is this self-knowledge. When you get the self-knowledge, all this karma that is there, absolutely whatever you have gathered in your past life is wiped clean. Okay? There is nothing left in that. If there is no karma left in your sanchit, sanchit means accumulated, what are you going to come and spend it? I mean, there is nothing to spend, isn't it? Your pocket is zero. Now your pocket is zero, so what are you going to do with that? Nothing. See, this is what happens to a human being. Now next body, how do you know it is going to be a human body? There is no way of knowing. Your own parents today, suppose you have a mother and father, you think that the same mother and father are going to get repeated? No way. They have died maybe 50 years ago and now you are dying today. They have already born and maybe they have taken 10 lives, you know. They might have been born as an ant, somebody has been born as a worm, somebody is born as something else. We don't know. We have no idea. A butterfly, God knows what all things that they must have been born. How do you think they are going to come back to you only? So these parents are not going to be your parents. This is what Eknath Maharaj also says. You know, Eknath Maharaj in Eknathi Bhagavat gives a very clear understanding that the parents that you have are not your parents. The children that you have are not your children. You are just a way of life. You know, basically they are facilitating your birth. So when they are facilitating your birth, don't get into this idea that they are my parents, there something is there, I have a wife, I have children. No. You are only passengers in a train. Okay? So that is what. But then next life, you have to make next life and next life and next life and next life. Goes on and on. That is the reason why in our religion we say we have multiple births. And these multiple births are called rebirths, like you know that. So rebirth is what gets minused. No more rebirth. In Buddhism, they say that the person becomes a Buddha. See, when you become a Buddha, you are dissolved. You are dissolved in nothingness. So when you are dissolved in nothingness, where are you going to come back as? Nothing. So that is the reason why they say in Buddhism, you become nothing. But in our religion, that is the Sanatana Dharma, or as we call it Hinduism otherwise, we have rebirths. And the rebirths are going to be not necessarily good. They may be painful also. Who says they are going to be good? Today you are suffering also, isn't it? You think your next birth is going to be less suffering or more suffering? You don't know, no? So it depends on how you behave this time. So here, the blessing that was given to this, Parikshit, by the yoga, all these great sages and saints is that he will learn the path of liberation from Vyasadev's son. Vyasadev's son is Sukadev. So Sukadev is going to teach Parikshit the path towards liberation. No more rebirths. Got it? And that is the reason why today we are learning the Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the story of the Lord. By listening to it, Shravan, by listening, only listen. When you listen to the stories, you get this liberation. Okay? Because then you are supposed to do Manan and then Nididhyasan. Manan means you have to cogitate on it. You have to think about this story. Okay, what does the story mean? What does the story mean? After that, you have to apply it in your life and become good in your life, isn't it? So he gets this kind of a liberation from rebirths. And then he becomes a great philosopher also. Because now that you understand all these nitty-gritties and the intricacies of life and the birth and who is this person and what you are becoming very enlightened. So when you become that, you renounce everything. See, renunciation is a word which is misused by people. They think renunciation means going to the jungles and saying, I don't have this and I don't have that. I'm staying like a sadhu. Sorry. Shri Krishna had also renounced. Shri Ram had also renounced. Do you think they went to the jungles or what? No. Renunciation means not having any attachment with anything in the world. You can be in the middle of a very big story happening and yet you can be a renunciate. It doesn't stick to you. You got the point or no? There is nothing in this world that should stick to you. If somebody says something bad, it affects a person. Doesn't it affect a person? The person feels very bad about it. He says, oh, how is this person talking to me about this? Isn't it? Now, renunciation means the moment you are a renunciate, you are like a thick-skinned person. Nothing sticks to you. Again, you may have headaches, you have body aches, you have, all the stresses and the strains and this and that. Why are you having all these stresses, strains, body aches and all that? Do you know why you are having it? Because you are attached to that object. You keep on thinking about it. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? If it is money matters, you're thinking on money matters. If it is your relationship, you're thinking on relationship. Oh, what's going to happen? What is this? What's going to happen? What is destined will anyway happen. Why are you so much worried about it? See, you are worrying before it has happened. And you are worrying after it has happened also. After it has happened, can you go and rectify something? You have shot somebody, that fellow is dead. Can you go and revive him and say, okay, now you get up from your bed? No. Please understand this. Whatever has happened is like an arrow which has been released. You can't take the arrow back and say, okay, now I'm going to bring it back. No way. So suppose you have given 100 bad words to somebody. Can you take them back? No. So afterwards, by thinking about it, is it going to rectify any situation? By murdering someone, you are not going to bring that person back to life. So what are you dwelling on? It's already finished. The deed is done. No point in thinking about it constantly. That is after the deed is done. Now let us say before the deed is done. Before the deed is done, you are thinking how it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. What is this you are talking about? How is it going to happen? Before you have written the exam, you are saying that how is going to happen. You don't know. Absolutely nobody has any idea. People think that, before marriage, I have this person, he thinks that marriage is such a beautiful thing, My wife will love me, I will love her, we are going to be in love with each other, we will be only talking kuchiku with each other, and she is going to be a devotee. And now this person, he is a devotee, so he thinks, oh, my wife is also going to be a devotee of Krishna. Which angle are you thinking, sir? What guarantee is there this woman is going to think about Krishna? No way. So you can't guarantee certain things. Then why are you thinking? When you think so much, any which way things are not going to happen the way you think. Is there anybody on this planet Earth who can say, this is what I thought and it happened? Nothing happens that way. The whole world can say what they feel like. I am going to win the elections. Sir, next day you will be dead. You see, one of the prime ministers of Europe, one of the countries over there, he was confident and he said, oh, I am going to win. He won the elections, okay? And nobody can defeat me. Not even God can now take away this position from me. Yes, of course. 5 days before he was to be installed as a prime minister or president or whatever that is, he died of a heart attack. Can you imagine that? So you are thinking that you can plan for the future? Sir, it is a very stupid thing to think of. See, you can do the planning, but why are you guaranteeing it that is going to happen? Nothing in this world is going to happen the way. And then there are some people who think, that I have got a lot of, lithium deficiency, I've got this deficiency, I've got that deficiency, I've got stress, I've got strain, I've got this, I've got that. And they think by taking medication they are going to get cured. The whole world knows that this is nothing but a sham. The whole world knows it. It's like you know very well before drinking liquor, you know it's going to intoxicate you. Isn't that clear? Before you rob somebody, you know that you are doing something wrong. Isn't that clear? Before you murder somebody, don't you know that you are doing a heinous act? Everybody knows it beforehand. And yet they are doing it. Here everybody knows all these medications sold by all these companies, they are all bullshit and nonsense. Okay? Some of them are like, medicines like, think about it. Something is, it seems to work. If it seems to work, that means it is connected to your mind. It is not connected to something. There are people, scientists, who keep on saying, I take this, I take this, I take this, I take this. There's one person who does all this podcast, and he's a very big person. Very large number of people follow him in a podcast. Oh, I take this medication, I take that medications. In the morning, I take this. In the afternoon, I take this. And he keeps on propagating all that. He will be dead in another 5 years. I can write and give you. Why? He's taking medication for longevity and good health and wealth. But good health at what cost? And there are people who are living till 115 years. They have never even seen medication in their life. There is one person in the village whom I know. This man has never taken any medication in life at all. Nothing. He doesn't even know one tablet also. Now, what happened during the COVID, those people were supposed to give him injection or something like that. Okay? And when they tried to give him the injection, the needle only broke. That means you can imagine what this person must be. Now you may think he's a WWF person. No. He's a simple villager. An agriculturist, as we call farmer in India. The needle broke. He says, what is this? What is the use of giving me this? Nothing is going to happen to me. And he lives like that. And here there are people who are taking medications after medications after medication. And they are thinking, I have this disease, that disease, this disease. This is wrong. Fearlessness is important. You understand what I'm saying? You are living in fear because you are thinking about the future and you are thinking about the past. You are not here in the present. So this is called living in liberation. How do you know tomorrow what's going to happen? Nothing. Nobody knows. Even your thinking process is not going to give you anything. So I hope you understand. Then we come to the next line. Those who are experts in astrological knowledge and in the performance of birth ceremonies instructed King Yudhishthir about the future history of this child. Thus, being sumptuously remunerated, they all returned to their respective homes. Now, here there are a couple of things which we have to understand. First and foremost, astrological knowledge. Everybody's astrological charts are drawn at birth. Okay? Please remember this. Everybody in India, we draw the charts and we keep it at home. And I say, okay, this is what it is. All right? We call it that Kundali and the Rashi and all those things. And every day, you will find a lot of people, they will look up the newspapers and these columns and all that. Oh, now this sign of this has started. Now what's going to happen? People are so much bothered about it. Okay, today, I am from the Pisces and he's Arian and he's Aquarian and what is this? Sun signs, moon signs, this sign, that sign. We do that. It is not in general. There are, say, 50 million people in one sign. Okay? I want you to think about it. Now, let us take the population of this world. 500 million are having one sign, Aries. Now in that, are there small children also? Are there old people also? Are there young people also? So the full age group is there in that. Now this man has written the daily column for Aries. You are going to get a lot of money today. Out of those 500 million, how many people will get money today? Nobody is going to get. Maybe few of them will get, but tomorrow the money will go. That is also going to happen. So this kind of nonsense people believe in. Okay? And that is the reason why it is not true. Your chart is your chart. It is not exactly the same for other people. How many people are born in today's day, at today's time and today's place? At this given moment, somebody is born. Okay? At least 50 people might be, 50 children may be born. You think all these 50 children are going to have the same thing going on? Even twins don't have the same, astrological charts. There is something or the other different. You know that, no or no? Something is there which is going to change. So you can go to any astrologer and try to find out. Doesn't work. These people have to be enlightened people to give you an idea. That is why when these people predicted it, it is anyway going to happen. And these are great sages. They are not ordinary people. So they instructed King Yudhisthir and they told the future about the child, and they were sumptuously given remuneration. See, we should never take anything free. Why we should not take anything free is because the person in front, he may not ask you for money. He may not ask you for money at all. The person will say, I don't want, or something like that. But we have to remunerate that person. The astrological knowledge and they coming and blessing is an important activity in the life. If you are not going to remunerate them, remuneration means giving them some dakshana. We call it dakshana. I hope you know what the word dakshana means. So dakshana has to be given. Okay. A few, I think last month or so, somebody sent me, like I love those, fryam kind of things. In India, we say all that, we fry the papad kind of thing. Okay. So somebody sent me a whole packet, this big packet of fryams kind of thing, okay, frying thing. Now, I had no idea how much it would cost. So I told Rajma, make a round figure and please give the money to them. Now, they may not like what I am doing, but it is our duty to at least show the appreciation to that person. And that is the reason why we have to fulfill that activity. See, even in olden times, dakshana was given. Today also it is given. Many a times I will personally give, even 1 rupee I will give that person. Just like that. I'll pick up somewhere it is lying in my pocket or something. I may pick up even that rupee and give you. You don't know the value of that rupee. If you read Sai Satcharitra, you will find when Sai Baba says, you have to give me this much amount of money. 6 rupees or 5 rupees, something like that, he will say words. Person will say, when I have come over here, I don't even know when I have come over here and you are asking me for this money. No. These people are very well known. They are having knowledge from the past life also. They will ask you for money. Okay. And please don't deny them that. Because that is from some life of theirs. They will ask you for dakshana. But don't bother about it. The dakshana is nothing. It is just a repayment. It is so that the activity gets nullified, zero. So here you will find that Yudhishthir is paying off all these people in the form of dakshana. He is giving them, the Brahmins have come, please give them dakshana and send them away. So they go happily. Okay, happily. So his son would become famous in the world as Parikshit. Parikshit means examiner. Pariksha. You have heard of the word Pariksha. Na? Pariksha means what? Exams. Parikshit means examiner. Because he would come to examine all human beings in the search after that personality whom he saw before his birth. Thus he would come to constantly contemplate him. Who has he contemplated on? Remember? He saw Shri Krishna in a very tiny form inside the womb of Uttara. Do you remember this now? He was watching. He was doing that. Parikshan. Parikshan means keep watching or seeing. What's happening, like that. So he did the Parikshan. So his name is Parikshit also. because of that. So he has seen this. And that is the reason why his name became Parikshit. And he was going to become famous in the world, because remember, this book we are doing only because of him, isn't it? You have to give him that much amount of credit. You may say it has come from God, yes. But there is a Zariya. Zariya means a place from where it has come. Zariya means a place, a location, a reason for something. So it's a reason why we are getting this book to read. As the moon, in his waxing fortnight, develops day after day, so the royal prince Parikshit very soon developed luxuriantly under the care and full facilities of the guardian grandfathers. Just at this time, King Yudhistir was considering performing a horse sacrifice to get freed from the sins incurred from fighting with the kinsmen. But he became anxious to get some wealth, for there was no surplus funds outside of fines and tax collection. Right. So here what is happening is a very important thing. Parikshit is growing, and he's been given all those blessings and stuff like that. And there is a luxury around him, because he's born in a kingly place. It's a palace kind of a thing. But to run the palace, you need money. See, please understand, for doing anything in this world, you need money, you need funds. See, even in our case, are we not asking for money from people so that we can build a temple? We are asking, isn't it? We have an NGO, we have a place where we are going to be building a temple, okay? And there is going to be a learning center over there nearby, next to the temple. So we are also asking for the money only, for funds only. How do you raise the funds? See, raising funds is an activity which everybody is supposed to do. Whether you like it or not, you may be a king, you may be a princess, you can be even a pauper, you can be a president or a prime minister or whatever you might be. You are running your own house, correct? When you are running your own house also, you need money. You need money to run the place, correct? So here Parikshit has this problem, not Parikshit, Yudhishthir has the problem. See, the war has just ended. Remember that? The war has ended. The entire treasury is empty. Okay? There is no money over there, because all the money went towards war. Fighting. Weapons, horses, carriages, this, that. How many things were used? So everything requires money, isn't it? In United States, isn't that person, the president saying that, oh, we have given $300 billion or something like that? Is he not saying for the war? See, the war requires a lot of money. And then when you give money to something like this, your treasuries are empty. And when your treasuries are empty, the president of United States, what is he doing? He is trying to gather funds now. This is exactly what a ruler is supposed to do. Every ruler in this world, every person in this world, whoever is taking care of something, has to raise funds, has to raise money. All this is 100% required. So don't be under the impression that, no, they are sadhu babas and this and that. No. Even for running an ashram also you need money, isn't it? So money is required. So running a country. Now Yudhishthir is running what? The entire India at that time, Bharatvarsh. So he is the king of Bharatvarsh. So naturally he requires funds. And that is the reason there were no surplus funds available. So what is it that he has to do? So let us see what he is supposed to do. Understanding the hearty wishes of the king, his brother, as advised by the infallible Lord Krishna, collected sufficient riches from the north left by King Murata. Now, you are supposed to go and ask for money. That is how you are supposed to do. Now I want you to think about it. Here is Yudhishthir. He is a Maharaj. He has got his assistants. All his brothers are his assistants, correct? Everybody. That means Bhimsen, to Arjun, to everybody is there. And they advise him very clearly. See, our job is to go and ask the neighboring kings for money. Because this kingdom is yours. Yours means everybody's. It's like a general property, isn't it? When the king is very good, everybody is very prosperous around, isn't it? Now imagine if the king himself is poor. What is going to happen to the whole country? Today you see the condition of Pakistan. Today you see the condition of all the Somalia, Eritrea and all these countries in the world. Look at the case what is happening in Bangladesh. Their coffers are empty. There is no money over there. And when there is no money over there, what is the first thing the person is supposed to do? Not have enemies. The war is over. You go and ask the neighboring king for money. Isn't it? So isn't it important that these countries have to ask the nearby people for money? Can you please help us? You can't be having ego and saying, I will not ask. So you may be a king. You may be anybody. It is important to raise funds and it is important to ask. Not that everybody is going to give you. See, if Bangladesh goes to Pakistan and asks for money, they will give or what? They themselves don't have. They have beggars in Saudi Arabia who are sending $70 billion home. They are beggars in Saudi Arabia, Pakistani beggars. They collect that much amount of money, $70 billion in begging. And they send it to their country. Are you not seeing those people there in England and other places also? Yes. In India also. Have you not seen all these people who are there who go to Gulf and all these countries? They are getting money from there and building houses in India. People who are going to Americas and Europe, they are building houses in India. They are sending money home. Money is required. So you go to the neighboring countries, you go and ask people around. And please understand, if you have ego and you say, I will not ask, you are the stupidest person on earth. If Yudhishthir could ask, you are greater than Yudhistir, is it? And he is advised by whom? See the verse over there. As advised by the infallible Lord Krishna. Here, I am the Guruji over here. I am telling Rajma, I am telling everybody, please go and raise funds. You think that is some stupidity? I am also saying the same thing. See, Shri Krishna and whoever is not going to directly ask, he will have people. He will say, okay Arjuna, you go here. Yudhishthir, you go there. Nakul, you go there. Sahadev, you go there. Bhima, you go there. Maybe Yudhishthir will sit in the throne. But the rest of the people, they are supposed to go around and ask for money. That is the reason why we can, like India in the past, didn't we go to ask money from everybody? United Nations and so many organizations are there. We went and asked for money. UNICEF and God knows, I don't know, don't even know the International Monetary Fund. All these people, are we not asking for money? We are supposed to. Okay? So everybody asks for money. And when they get the money, then they can run the kingdom properly. Yeah, sometimes you have to pay back. Like today, Zelensky has to pay back the money. It is not free. And that is the reason why today in United States, today means tomorrow rather, he is going to be coming to US so that he can sign a deal with the US president. In lieu of all those riches that are there in that country. Like lithium and all those minerals are there. The country is rich in that. You cannot take anything free. So basically, there is a transaction going on over there. So our job is also that. So please understand this job. Where it is required, you have to ask for funds and you should do it because Krishna advises it. Alright? So, collected sufficient riches from the north left by King Murata. By those riches, the king could procure the ingredients for 3 horse sacrifices. Thus the pious King Yudhishthir, who was very fearful after the battle of Kurukshetra, pleased Lord Hari, the personality of Godhead. This is also very important. Now let us say, this is a very important activity which a person is supposed to do. Sometimes people don't have money. Sometimes. When you don't have money and you have to put your child in school, do you borrow money or no? When your parents are very sick, do you borrow money? You have to borrow money from somewhere, isn't it? So that they can be alive. Right? In a similar manner, when you have to pray to God, you have to celebrate Him on certain things. Whether it is occasion, maybe it's certain Jayanti, some festival or something like that. If you don't have the money, please borrow it, doesn't matter. Take it from somewhere. Ask people. See, when we are doing the Guru Purnima or we are doing the Dattatreya Jayanti, are we not sending out mails saying that, okay, this is a very important occasion, kindly contribute towards it? Are we not saying those words? So please understand, for celebration of God, we are also telling you the same thing. Whatever is the contribution of that person is going towards his good karma only. Please remember this. Here also, Yudhisthir, when he was not having any money, Shri Krishna advised Arjuna and others, please go and ask for money. And there are important activities that need to be performed, like the yagnas. The Ashwamedh yagna and various other yagnas are performed. So please perform those yagnas. It does not matter, the money need not belong to you. It can belong to somebody else. And that is how you have to always celebrate. God's celebration has to be done by collecting money only. It is not a one person's process. Please remember this. As a child, I was 4 or 5 years old. I have gone with one slip. You know that, Vargani we used to call it. And from that age, I'm not joking, from that age onwards, I was the cashier, or what do you call that, person who keeps the money, accountant. Okay, I will go and the person will give me 1 rupee. That time 1 rupee was a big amount, okay. I'm talking of 1960s and 70s. So person will give 1 rupee, somebody will give 1 rupee 10 paisa, somebody will give 1 rupee 25 paisa. For us that was a big amount of money. So I will write down, okay, Mr. Iyer has given 2000, 1 rupee and 25 paisa. I will write it in his name. At the end of the celebration, Hanuman Jayanti we used to celebrate. This is in April somewhere. So when the celebration is complete, I will give my accounts to them. Okay. So our celebration cost 25 rupees whole. Okay, 25 rupees. And total amount collected is 29 rupees. So balance is 4 rupees. I will put it in one box, lock it up and keep it inside the cupboard. Okay. And next year I will remove that box and I will say, last year's 4 rupees is there. Now this year our target is to collect 50 rupees at least. And we will go to 100 houses. I'm not joking. 100 houses. And there was a don. Don, like you have the dons in your area. So I will go to him. And he will always look at this short fellow. Because I'm very short. See, all the boys were tall. I was the shortest amongst them. I was nothing, so small. It's not because of age. Even at 16, I was 4 feet something. I'm not grown up. So he will look at me. Acha, you have come for collecting money. And then he will say, okay, will you have Coca-Cola? No, not Coca-Cola, it was Gold Spot. So Gold Spot piyega? He'll ask me this question. I said, nahi, Gold Spot nahi piyega. You give me the money of Gold Spot in this, I will be happy. So I will have that small box with me and he will put the money inside. He used to be so, and he was a don of that area. No, you go and meet him and you feel mighty pleased. I met this fellow. So it was like that. We used to call him Bhai. Bhai means a don. In Mumbai, it was called Bhai. Bhai is a don of that area. He's the boss. So it was like that. So you have to collect money. It is a Sarvajanik Utsav. See, please understand, when I say Sarvajanik Utsav, it means what? You are not alone celebrating. You have to take part in the celebration. It is not your children's birthday or something like that. You are calling party, at 20 children from the neighbouring. This is God's birthday. For God's birthday, you have to call people. You have to give them something to eat and all that. And you have to celebrate it. Isn't that what everybody has to do? So it is our duty to celebrate like these big occasions. And when we do that, you are going to get brownie points from God. Don't worry about it. Alright, so that is why we have to please Lord Hari. And when he celebrated this, he pleased Lord Hari. So, then, verse 35. Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, being invited for the sacrifices by Maharaj Yudhisthir, saw to it that they were performed with qualified twice-born Brahmanas. After that, for the pleasure of the relatives, the Lord remained a few months. And we do the last verse now. That is verse number 36. O Shaunaka, thereafter the Lord, having bid farewell to King Yudhishthir, Draupadi and other relatives, started for the city of Dwarka, accompanied by Arjuna and other members of the Yadu dynasty. Now here, what is he saying? When you are doing this kind of a celebration, it is a very important thing which you need to do. Don't celebrate it alone. You have to call people. They have to be part of the ceremony. You see, in my case, what I do is, those who are staying over here, Bangalore, I personally go, even if it is a very simple ceremony of theirs, whether they are celebrating a child's birthday also, it is my duty to go. Sri Krishna is known for this. He will go. He's not having an ego and I will not go, I cannot do this. He's not going to give reasons, bullshit reasons. On the contrary, he wants to take part in that ceremony. So he will go and he will celebrate there. So you go there, celebrate like a great person, like Sri Krishna yourself. And that is how everything has to be done. So when you are celebrating a very big festival or doing maybe even Krishna Janmashtami, we do it in a grand scale, our grand scale is 20 people may be coming. But that much also we do. We call everybody. I'm not going to say, oh, he's my enemy, I'm not going to call him. We don't say these kind of things. The mail goes out to everybody. And Rajma will follow up with people. Are you coming? Are you coming? Because RSVP is important. See, cooking food and all those arrangements have to be done. So naturally, it's our duty to ask people around. So we do that. And that is the reason why it is important to do that. Now, when you are doing this kind of a celebration, like an Ashwamedh yagna, or when you are doing a housewarming ceremony, or you are doing something else which is very, very big, see what he says. They are to be performed by qualified Brahmanas. This is an important statement. You cannot call some idiot from the internet, hey, can you come over here? Can you read your, mantras from the this thing? They will open their phone and they will. No, that too I can put it on also. I can go to YouTube and I can put on those mantras myself, isn't it? Why should I call this person? So please understand. Don't call idiots to your house. Only the qualified people you have to call. Not some ordinary folks. Not people who have no idea about it. And please understand, if they say the cost of this celebration is so much, kindly make arrangements for that. Suppose you say, I want to celebrate it in 50,000 rupees. Make arrangements for 50,000. Suppose they say it's going to cost you 20,000 rupees. Make arrangements for 20,000 rupees. Don't be a person who is going to be scrimping for it. I don't want to give. And please don't be under the impression that these people, they're asking more. Some people ask more, some people ask less, some people may not even ask. But if we need qualified people, someday I will teach you all how these activities are performed. Who are these people? Who are these Agnihotra Brahmins? Who are these people? They are important people. They are required. One person says the mantras. He's not looking in some book and he's really, not cell phone or something like that. Yeah, today, nowadays, everybody is lost in the cell phone. That's a different story. But get somebody who can say it correctly. Not rush, 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 rush. Then there is a person who is going to cut those twigs and branches and stuff like that. He's going to make the arrangements of flowers, different flowers. You have to have those people. There is somebody who is standing behind, who is providing you with clean water. He will say, okay, 1 glass of milk is required, this is required, that is required. That person is already there. Everybody has to be paid. So don't be a person who says, why should I pay this much? No, don't do that. And don't think that they are making money out of you. Please understand this. How many of these kind of ceremonies do they celebrate in 1 year? Maybe 3 or 4. Okay. If that person is making 1 lakh rupees from you, just I want you to think about it. 1 lakh rupees from you. He has done 4 prayers like this in some places in India, all over India. He has made 4 lakh of rupees. Is 4 lakh of rupees a big amount of money in India today? The minimum wage, where the first taxation starts is at 12 lakhs. You understand? In India, there is no tax till 12 lakhs. If he is earning 4 lakh of rupees, why are you thinking that he's taking your money? This thought process is wrong. When you yourself are earning in lakhs of rupees, you should not give him money or what? But remember the word. The word is very, very important. What is the word? Qualified. Don't get some idiot. Okay? I have seen many people, they will ask, hey, do you know anybody? And they will say, oh, last time, that Hindi speaking person had come to my house. He speaks in Hindi, He'll just and go. Don't call some Hindi speaking person. These are Sanskrit verses. Oh, I am working in this company and this is my part-time thing. Don't call some idiot from part-time thing. They have to be qualified, twice-born Brahmanas. Otherwise, don't call. So, please do this as something which I am telling you. They should not be having this as a side income. This is their main income. They are mainly doing only this activity. Okay? And the person has to be really very, very good. Not shortcut fellow. Okay, you don't have something, he will say, okay, that's all right. No problem. I will get something else and I'll put. Instead of milk, I will make, coffee and put over there. God doesn't want coffee. Okay? God wants milk. He doesn't want, contaminated honey from somewhere. Get real honey. Don't scrimp for that. No. Oh, this honey is cheap. I buy it in DMart. I will take this and go. No. Buy real honey. And when you are giving one sari or something like that, can I buy the cheapest cotton sari that is available? What are you doing? For yourself, you will buy the costliest of the sari. For giving away to somebody, you will buy the cheapest of the sari and give. Don't do that. Don't be such a nasty person. You want God to come to you, Be nice. So, after all this is over, Shaunaka having bid farewell to Yudhisthir, everybody comes out to wish Sri Krishna when he is going away back to his Dwarka. And we have come to the end of chapter 12. Next time we will start the next chapter, chapter 13. Stop here.
Recording stopped.